Executioners have a 4-on-3 blocking advantage right now, with, I believe, Juliet Bravo in the box blocking for Rat City.
Oh, and it looks like the Rat City blockers have all moved to the front of the pack, and they're trying to race away. The Executioners aren't going to fall for that. They're hanging out slow behind. As OSGA comes up on Anarchist, Valtron, and Primp Daddy.
Rat City doing that single line on the inside line strategy that we saw Rose City employ so well when running the pack.
That was an interesting juking maneuver by Olivia John to get out at their front, and it was effective. And now she's picked up lead jammer, and she's coming around to score. The Executioners have Primp Daddy caught up in the back of the pack. Oh, and it's just Valtron now at the front. Oh!
Valtron, great hip check against Olivia John, and then she's going to pay.
I believe that was called as a low block. And
yes.
Because the penalty box was full, she's sent back on the track.
Yep.
Oh, and Bravo's in ahead of Olivia John. And OSG is out as Pena approached the back of the pack on her initial pass.
And Valtron sits down for that low block. 27 Texas Roller Girls, 11 Rat City. Rat City able to put a couple of points back on the board at 20 minutes and 46 seconds left in this first half.
And Primp Daddy is lining up to jam for Rat City unopposed, as Loose Bandit is going to start in the penalty box for Texas as the jammer. Texas is fielding 4 blockers. Rat City has 3.
Hardcore is in the box for Rat City.
And here comes Primp coming. Sorry, go ahead.
Primp Daddy is looking for an outside line, and she finds it back to the inside, able to get through rather quickly, and she is your lead jammer.
And the Rat City packs are holding up Bellstar at the back to try to drive the Texas blocking wall out of play.
Texas forcing Primp Daddy to come in back. Carmen gets him, takes Texas, takes Rita and Wheat down to take her out of play, allowing Primp Daddy to come back in. Really great heads-up play. But Primp Daddy steps outside.
She gets a cut track major, and Loose Bandit is back on the track, threw in her initial pass. And so now this is a big opportunity for Texas to score with their jammer unopposed.
And since Loose Bandit was released after her full minute, that means Primp Daddy is going to be in for a full minute unless Loose Bandit would pick up another major.
And Hardcore is headed back to the penalty box. Oh, Mater stays on her feet and stays in bounds.
A lot of knocking, really hard-hitting pack. This is classic Rat City and Texas. These are 2 hard-hitting teams. Old school derby, hit hard, almost like hockey on 4 wheels. It is quite a physical game out there in the pack.
Rat City blockers all move to the front to protect their points, and the Texas blockers hang back to try to keep them slow. Loose Bandit has now passed the Texas pack, but she's coming up on all the Rat City blockers.
She's got to get by. Carmen gets some.
Carmen's taking a... Oh, I thought she was going to box. She's going to the box. Carmen gets him. I believe that was... She took a major for that big hit she had on Loose Bandit. Loose Bandit just cleared the pack with an additional 5 points. Is that 10 so far in this jam?
And Primp Daddy is back in, starting to pick up points. Takes one good shoulder from Rita and Weep.
Primp Daddy got 4 points on that pass. The score is 66-56 with the Rat City Roller Girls All-Stars in the lead. And there's about 30 seconds left in the first period. We're going to start this jam, and this jam's going to play to its natural conclusion, and then we're going to have halftime.
Yes, indeed.
Try to figure out what's been going on here.
Lucille Brawl tries to take Primp Daddy. Primp Daddy able to go to the outside. Door opened up by Ex-Con for Primp, but she's got to get around Belle Star, and that's not too easy. Belle Star's calling, saying, hey, she cut me, but she wasn't in the last line of defense, which is just a minor.
Primp picks up lead jammer, and she's coming around to score now.
Primp Daddy hits the back of the pack and starting to pick up points.
Ex-Con's been sent back to her bench because she was on the track wearing the pivot stripe while there's a pivot in the box.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Primp's out now with 5 points.
But so is Loose Bandit
Loose
right behind her.
Bandit's through on her first pass. no Rat City blockers currently on the track.
Rat City asking Primp to call it.
And she does. And that was 0 points to Loose Bandit.
And just in time, too. Loose Bandit was about to pick up a good many ghost points off of Jalapeno Business.
That was surprising. Jalapeno Business now reports to the penalty box. The period's over. At the very end of that jam, I believe there were 0 blockers on the track for Rat City. And the score stands at 71 for Rat City Roller Girls to 62 for the Texecutioners with 27.5 minutes remaining in play.
And we're mostly a full pack. It looks like Rat City's down 1 blocker. That would be Reanimator, who is now standing up in the box, about to be released. Wiley Peyote takes a good check off the line from Crackerjack. But it's Primp Daddy who's the first to head into that 3-wall, almost a 4-wall of Texas Roller Girls.
Loose Bandit falling small at the back of the pack, and she has to re-enter from the back again. Primp now trying to get through a wall at the front.
As
the Texas blockers go out of play at the front, having to allow Primp Daddy to pass. Primp Daddy picks up lead jammer. Loose Bandit still being held up by the defense of the Rat City Roller Girls. Now she has just Reanimator to beat. Reanimator takes her to the outside, but Carmen Getzem is there to engage her again. Meanwhile, Primp Daddy has entered the pack and is scoring.
Nice waterfall by Rat City against Loose Bandit, leaving Primp Daddy all alone with the Babe Ruthless. Babe's got to let her go.
And that's 5 points to Primp Daddy. Loose Bandit still held up behind the pack. The Rat City defense. They're all re-engaging Loose Bandit over and over as Primp is hop, skipping, and jump through this pack.
She's got Lucille Brawl, though, and Crackerjack to get around still.
A sister act.
Yeah, and they're not going to make it easy for her.
The Texas blocker ran so far behind the pack that she became out of play. And Primp is through.
And the pack was split. So
4 more points for Primp Daddy.
But Loose Bandit is now back in, and she is now through the pack, not the lead jammer. She's about a half a track behind Primp Daddy right now.
Primp's approaching to score again.
Primp just trying to get her hips in front of somebody.
And I'm not sure if she picked up any more points on that pass. She did not. Nope. So that final pass is 0 points, but she put up 10, I believe, in that jam.
Yeah, we've got 62.
Oh, I'm sorry, 9. 62 for the Texecutioners to 80 for Rat City Roller Girls.